Episode 43. At a glance, this little diorama just seems like your standard prop, a little model of the solar system. But as we learned about the globe here itself, we do know this is actually accurate to the world. It's not just random continents or whatever. This is the world of blueprints. So with that in mind, is this an actual accurate solar system? Do they only have 5 planets in their solar system? Maybe. Who cares though? So I have the key, which I could use in the box in the den, but I think the main thing that we want to do right now is continue exploring around this area and I guess make our way back towards the entrance hall so we can stop by the lab. Or wherever we can go. Well, great. Shit even. Crap. Well, this is fine, actually. I've been wanting to do this. This might be the perfect opportunity. At first I wanted the attic, but I don't have the gems for it. All those items would be useful, they'd be interesting at least, but can't do that. Security, obviously I want, so I can read all of those juicy emails we unlocked, and also the reason why I want to go back to the lab. Again, can't exactly do that. But the Hall of Mirrors, that's technically a dead end. But this is actually the perfect position for what I've been wanting to do for the longest time, but couldn't because of the way my drafting strategy worked. We need to activate each of these buttons by entering the Hall of Mirrors from the different directions. And let's just kind of stand still here. Maybe at this angle. Because if I do pull this off this episode, and I hope I do, this is probably going to be the thumbnail if I figure out the stupid Hall of Mirrors. So here. This button opens that side. If we can make it to the opposite side, we can reach the center button, and also open up a pathway through. And at the very least, we'll have learned what the center button does. We're going to save our key. I think. Well, there's a chance we can get another key. I was going to save it if we needed to unlock this door next to the Chamber of Mirrors, but we might need gems to get the right room to enter the Chamber of Mirrors, so if there are gems here, that might be more valuable. Alright, dice. That is also good for getting a room that actually goes where we need it to. And yeah, now we're just heading back to... I guess we could try going back down to the Chamber of Mirrors from the Foundation. Probably better to start from the south, though. Still haven't triggered our experiment yet because we do need the archives. But as I said, on our way back, let's read these emails. Let's see, right, mail. Okay, so as we know, the ones at the top are the more recent ones, so we want to start from the bottom. From Chef de Camp, about freezer access. On 4-4, I guess, so we've never heard that name, Chef de Camp, before. I guess we're getting new lore at the very start here. I doubt Chef de Camp is going to have admin access in Blackbridge. Or archive access or whatever, but who knows. April 4th, 1987. 6 years ago, I think. Randolph, as I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week, I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal working hours. However, on Friday I was making my famous black truffle pizza and had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up, Chef de Camp. We knew about this, kind of. From the very beginning, even episode 1 or 2, when we read that note that hinted about some kind of connection to the freezer in the laboratory. And back to Chef. Chef? Oh, I guess chef is his name. And he's also a chef if he uses the freezer? I don't know. Maybe chef is a title and they're just referring to him as chef. Well, if chef is a title, it could be, like, anybody, not necessarily a guy. Please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive and they are already accounting for normal variations due to expected use and staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related, not to your freezer visit, but to the use of the furnace in close proximity. So if we have the furnace close to the freezer, that does something, I guess, to the experiment. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as a temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, and even more so in rooms in close proximity to it. Wait. So yeah, the temperature in the house probably is alluding to the debuff that gives you a red room more often. But maybe there are other rooms that are affected by the furnace? And to Sinclair, about precautions. August 27th, 1987. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we will be sealing off the entrance to Blackbridge server this week. Okay, this is the stuff. This is what I wanted. Does this give us more about the microchips? As well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures that we should be considering given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Okay, nothing concrete, just stuff we already know. And the Baron's response. August 31st, 1987. Lock it down. Lock it all down. Damn it. This didn't really reveal anything other than the freezer, which I guess is fine. It's interesting that you only get this after getting Blackbridge, and after getting the admin access in Blackbridge, and unlocking all of these emails everywhere else. A lot of steps to go through just to learn about the freezer. Maybe whatever's in the freezer is pretty good. Oh right, these spawned in. Well, we can't open them. Crap. We want this to go through to the Chamber of Mirrors, so we're gonna have to redraw. Please give me something good. Okay, that's good, but it's not great, because we wanted to use the tunnel so we could just go straight north. But that's fine. We'll take the hit this time, just so we can make it to the chamber. By the way, where is this? It's not under hallways, right? Yeah, it's under... Oh, I didn't read the other stuff that we got, like I usually do. Right, that was the other day. What did we get? Got the clock tower, so I guess I did already read that. Or did I? Wait. Access to Mount Holly's clock tower has always been heavily restricted, which might explain why maintenance has been unable to mend the perpetually halted clock face, yeah. That one on the west or the east side or whatever. A testament to the unchanging winds of the sacred hour. That's a hint. It's a time puzzle. I think we have to draft the clock tower at a specific hour? What's the sacred hour, though? Oh, wait. It's the one showing up right here, right? 1:30? I guess? What time is it now? It just means we have to, like, draft it at the exact point in the day where it's 1:30, I guess. Is that real time? How does time work in blueprints? Okay, so now, wait. That opens that up. I thought it opened up the other side. Okay. Sure. Well, we can walk all the way back there if we have to. Let's just try to get the other side. Oh right, we gotta read more. I forgot. What else did we get? Obviously this room, so let's read that. Going under all obstacles, the tunnel pierces through walls and rooms alike. This crudely excavated passage looks to be the work of someone determined to get where they are going, regardless of whether the house's floor plan is accommodating or not. And I think we also want... Did we read this one? I think so. How do I go back without like going all the way back? Oh, I just go to the left, I guess. Seen all that. Did we read this one? Yeah, we did. We didn't read the armor, I think. A stone chamber fitted with ancient weapons and armor from the Second Era. This room appears to predate almost every other room in the house directory, and may in fact be an authentic floor plan from one of the lost strongholds of Orinda Ares. Yeah, all the history stuff. Seems like this is standard, so we can expect to find it pretty often as long as we get the horse. You would want it to be often, right? And actually it's just like a normal room here. That's why it's never spawned all this time. Well, what about this other one that's never spawned? Is there some crazy unlock condition for this? Yeah, I guess we've read most of this stuff, so I think we're fine. Let's continue to the mirror chamber, while also gathering materials on the way. We need all the materials, keys and gems. Yeah, this is no good. We're gonna have to redraw. We're burning through our dice here because we don't have basic materials. Oh no, wait. We're also getting... We're getting more dead ends because of that bonus. Which normally wouldn't be a bad thing, but... this could kill our run. Need something going north or west. It'd be bad if it was west, but we only have 2 more dice rolls. Okay, we're gonna spend 1 more dice roll and see what we get. Crap. There's no choice. We could get the funeral parlor again. Oh wait. You know, after this, let's go back to the funeral parlor and just get 2 gems. Just so we don't botch our chamber of mirrors. But we are going to have to re-roll this 1 more time, I think. Come on. Don't screw me on this. You screwed me. Great. Fantastic even. We can still make it to the Chamber of Mirrors, but I wasted all my dice. I should have just gone to the Foundation after we got more materials. Oh well. Give us this, because apparently I need it, I guess. Although this... No, we need the keys and the gems and the coins. Just the keys and the gems mainly. There's going to be a lot more coins in the basement, but, or in the tomb. How many outer rooms is that, or, no, how many dead ends is that? Is this a dead end? It is, a quote-unquote dead end. So that's 2, actually only 2 so far. Yeah, we only got the bonus for the dead ends relatively recently, so let's get these gems now. All 3 statements are false. That's false. 2 statements are false. That could be true. The gems are in a box with a false statement. That could be true. So if this is true, and this is definitely false, so one of these 2 has to be true, then these two statements are false, meaning this is false as well, which would mean the gems are in a box with a true statement, which would mean this one. So that is a possibility, I think, unless I did my logic wrong. Gems are in a box with a true statement, so yeah, this one. If we do the opposite and assume this one is true, they're in a box with a false statement, then this isn't the false statement box. This could be the false statement box. And this one is false. Two statements are false. But then this would be false, and this would be false. So this would be true. And that would mean two statements are false, which means this can't be false. So meaning my original logic was correct. That this one was true. That all three statements are false, or was false, and the gems are in the box with a false statement. So yeah, true, false, false. And this is the true statement box with the two gems. All that worked for two gems. Sometimes the funeral parlor works out, like, really well. Other times it's just a normal parlor, I guess. Alright, so we have a few more resources to go to the south. I kind of wasted all of my dice, kind of like an idiot. Although, do I want to use these? The key might be... oh wait. Damn. The box was in the lab and the entrance hall. Oh well. We'll be back there later, maybe. If we get more keys. The main thing was this. We get coins for this, but now we don't even know what these buttons are gonna unlock now. It did that one. Well, we'll try to make our way over there, I guess, from the foundation. Gonna be hard, though. Almost impossible to get, like, a straight through from here to here. With all the dead ends we're getting. I really shouldn't have wasted all my gems. Oh great, we even have that now. This run might be over. Like really soon. I didn't even trigger my experiment. With all these dead ends more likely, the archives are probably not going to spawn. We could freeze our accounts for tomorrow, get like extra coins for tomorrow. If we really want to call this day over. This is the only one that lets us continue. I'm not giving up on the Chamber of Mirrors. Not yet. But it's almost time that I do, right? Oh, the code check. This is good. It lets us knock down a bunch of walls. And actually, before I make this decision, again, gonna have to look up the list that I already looked up before. After the episode where I first got the power hammer and put it into the code check. Power hammer... blueprints. And on the wiki there is the list of locations. There. Got a screenshot of it for later. So yeah, we've already done the precipice. We've done the sealed entrance. There's another one? In there? I thought we were done with that area. Well, that's one we can do. I might as well just list some out, since I've already seen or been to all of these places, so Just navigating back to my photos, I guess. We've got the greenhouse, which we can't do this run because we've run out of doors, basically. So if I go for the code check, we're kind of out of luck. We've got the weight room, which we don't have this run. We've got the secret garden, not this run. Precipice, which we already did. The sealed entrance we already did. The freezer, which could happen this run if we had one more door because of how likely the dead ends are, but probably not going to happen unless we somehow find a key card in one of the boxes, which has happened before, but unlikely. And then the tunnel, which we just in the last episode lit some candles in, but apparently there was a door there, or a wall that we could unlock. So that would be the only one we could do with this code check. But we can do that on any day. I think we just want to continue with this run until we absolutely can't do anything about the chamber of mirrors or whatever. Alright, we still got the lockpick. Do we want to start on mailroom? We could unlock the security door by the foundation if we get that thing, the key thing, the breaker box. And we can read the emails here, which is, the information is important. At the cost of losing a gem, I guess. We'll take it. But we want to hang on to our gems for dear life at this point. We've done 0 experiments. How unfortunate. Do we want to black bridge into something? I guess it would just be the office for more coins. Can't really do anything with that. No items to speak of. I know sometimes I've ignored the key card here, but no key card. Okay. Let's get those emails. After we do our usual. Not that. Set this to low. Offline mode off. Oh wait, we gotta confirm it. Okay, now the email. Starting from the bottom, Anne Babbage to regarding another request. November 5th, 1986, quite a while ago. Mr. Darren, if you have any more of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he is working on in the clock tower. Okay. Hints for the clock tower, great. What do these notes have to do with the clock tower? Have we ever seen any of these red and blue notes that have to do with the clock tower? For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you and the Baron continually insist on confounding my staff with every other person who stumbles upon one of your colored memos. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not confident confusion is the best security, but it's not my department, so I'll leave that up to you and the Baron, and Babbage. And regarding that... Oh, no, wait, it's to Anne Babbage for a different thing, not an RE. January 24th, 87. On security measures. Mrs. Babbage, I'd like to address one potential security vulnerability of having an antechamber lever in the weight room. Oh. Okay, so, yeah, we do know. I was just looking this up. So that's what's behind the door. I didn't read what's behind the walls or whatever that we can knock down, but I guess that's one of the redundant levers that we read about, like the one in the mechanarium. I thought they were all in the mechanarium, but I guess not. As the years have gone by, the Baron's frequency of working out in this room has gone from once in a red moon to as rare as a man without self-pity. As such, we find this room mostly relegated to guest use, and given that, an antechamber lever is not only unsuited but also poses a security risk. I advise we either remove or conceal it, and install a secondary lever to control the south entrance. Kirk Darren. Haven't heard that name before. And Anne about that same email. February 4th. Mr. Darren, sorry for the lagging reply. I'm still learning how to use this machine. Wait, how long has it been? Hang on. From January 24th to several weeks later, or at least like 1 or 2 weeks. Thanks for bringing this issue to our attention. This was not something I had considered, but it does seem like a reasonable suggestion, and I will discuss it with the Baron during our next meeting. I know he has expressed interest in installing secondary access levers, for both redundancy and convenience, so this may be the perfect excuse to allow him to execute those plans, should he still wish to do so. Okay. No new information from that one. And then Kirk Darren, stop recording. February 10th. Kirk. Per our last meeting, effective immediately. Please suspend all security camera recordings. Okay, Kirk is a security guy that works in this room. That makes sense. Because I'm in this room and the emails came from this room. Right. Live surveillance has been approved, but the Baron no longer wishes to have tape logs of activity on the estate. I know this might seem like a security risk, but I promise, good reasoning is behind this seemingly unsound decision. Damn, we didn't get any new information from these emails. I think that was the last of the emails, other than, no, we already read from the office. Yeah, nothing really new here. I was hoping for something about getting more of those microchips or something. It makes sense, right? You unlock the emails from Blackbridge, and you read the emails here, and you get more hints about the microchips, but I guess we got something about the freezer. Maybe there's like a microchip in there. Alright, so we need to continue around, I guess. But we can't use our keys all willy-nilly. Let's just try out the doors and see if any of these unlock just on their own, or with the lockpick kit. Well, there's a weight room. Half our steps. We can't go to the foundation. We're dead in the water if we don't do this. Okay. We're doing it. What a pain in the ass. Oh, right, this. The back of the foundation. Okay, okay. Give us the furnace. We don't have a shovel, right? Yeah. Alright, this is what we want. The breaker box. It'd be really nice if we could regain our steps somehow. Turn that off. Turn off the dim. That doesn't matter, turn that on just in case. There. This pattern here kind of looks like the microchip stuff. The 3 circles or whatever. So now that that's done, we go back here. And we set this back to high. But we are low on steps, so we can't really explore all that much. Nope, that didn't change. Come on. There. And back. And presto changeo, we're unlocked. We still want the archive, but this is probably good. Although it's gonna cost our only gem. We don't have a great way of getting gems back. We don't really need keys. We could spend a lot of gems or a lot of coins for keys, but the only place we could use keys are further from the foundation, and what we really need are chances to extend our run somehow. We can only do that with gems by selecting better rooms that extend our run, or with dice. So yeah, it's gonna have to be the dark room, I guess. We can't waste the steps though to go back to the closet even though it's so nearby. Just to turn the lights back on. Even if there was a gem in here that we could pick up. We need food, damn it. Oh, we're in rank 8 now. Which of these things is most helpful right now? Maybe this one that lets us redraw the corner room? Yeah, let's do that. What does this do again? You get 30 coins, I think, from the chapel or something. I don't exactly remember the trigger condition, but I know it was the chapel, and I know the amount was 30 coins. We don't really need it right now, but I think we're going to do this time. And try to open this room to the north, so we can re-roll to get something that gives us a lot of steps. We're going to waste a key, just so we can do this re-roll. Oh, right. Well, I guess that helps. Maybe? I forgot this room was dark, so I should have actually gone over to the utility closet just so that I could re-roll for a better place to buy food, but we can't do that anymore. We can get the power hammer, though. That would only unlock the weight room, and then we'd run out of steps, so this is kind of... I've watched this. I can faintly see it. The heat waves emanating down. One of these is a red room, and red rooms are typically free because of the debuff that they apply, so this is probably the red room. And it could be the archive. No, it was the parlor again. Well, I guess it's more gems. Yeah, give me another key. A rank 9 parlor. 2 of these statements are true. That could be true. The statement on the blue box is true. Well, if this is true, these are the 2 true statements, period. Unless this is false, then this is true and this is true. The gems are in a box with a true statement. One of these has to be false. 2 of them could be false. Oh, this one actually seems pretty hard. Well, let's assume these 2 are true. These 2 form a truth pair, where this one says 2 statements are true, and this one is true, meaning the blue box is true, so this one has to be false. There's nothing indicating that this can't be the situation that we're in. Until we find disproof of the situation, we're assuming this situation. So the situation says this is false. The gems are in a box with a true statement, so the gems are in the only false box, the black one. There's nothing disproving this, so here they are. All them gems. Okay, that's our chance to re-roll a lot, but we still need coins to do any... or we still need keys to unlock any doors that aren't security doors. Alright, that worked. We still don't have the... I don't know, start with this, I guess. Give us an extra key. I do kind of want to walk in there to see... Wait, what time is it? No clocks in here. I want to walk in to see If anything changed in the clock tower. But we're so low on steps, it's... Oh wait, the dining room. We have food in the dining room now, that we didn't eat yet. No, wait. Did we eat that? I don't think we did. We just reached rank 8. We didn't walk all the way down from the dark room. I don't think so. No, we didn't. So yeah, let's waste some steps to go up here, get some information. And yeah, this does seem to be like 1:30, if this is 12 o'clock up there. So I think we have to draft this room at 1:30. Oh, there was a coin down there. Alright, the lever, sure. It's the same hint, so that doesn't change. But they were talking about notes, blue and red notes, like the ones that we find with truths and lies. Well, the time we drafted this in is apparently 2... The clock is ticking that way, so yeah, 2:40 or something. Maybe you have to be pretty quick to get the 1:30 drafting time or something. Do you just wait in a room with clocks or something and then wait until it's 1:30 and click it exactly at 1:30? But then you don't guarantee the clock tower spawns. Unless there's like some kind of secret spawn condition. So yeah, let's go eat dinner. I guess after we mess around with this door a bit. We'll save the key. We need to make it to the Chamber of Mirrors. I haven't given up yet. It's pizza. Oh, and this is better because we have the furnace. Great. More chances. Come on, eat the last slice. Give us like a few extra steps. Okay, so we do need to... We could use some steps to light up the dark room. There could be like a gem in there. And this run is pretty much over if I run out of gems. Steps aren't going to be the limiting factor at this point, so let's try to see if we can find some gems there, or whatever else might be in there. Kinda wish you could just turn off the dark room's thing from here by... We'll not have to walk back here to reactivate the dark room light. The same way the gymnasium and the garage works. Oh, it's this. It's useless. We already unlocked all these. So yeah, this is our only door remaining. It could be a dead end. I mean, it's likely to be a dead end. Already. Maybe It could be the freezer. If it is the freezer, and we have to end our run, let's cash in now. Let's go back to the tomb. Even though there's a chance that there could be a lot more red rooms that we go through. If we do this now... Wait, how many steps is that? Damn it. We're not going to gamble on going back to the tomb. That'd be like... We're at 23 right now. 2, 1, 0, 19, 18. And then down to the tomb, let's say that's... I don't know, 4 steps, so 3 more to get back. So then we'd have 12 steps, and then 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Barely any steps left to actually try to make it to the chamber. Yeah, it's not worth it to get extra coins to freeze our accounts with. I just wasted a few steps there. Oh well. Gallery's the only thing that lets us continue. Yeah. Are these repopulate? We can do room 8 again? Okay. No, I guess that makes sense. If you didn't solve room 8 the first time and you lost the key forever, you'd want to get it again. Well, good, we got more gems. I guess this room is just a free few coins, 2 gems, and the room 8 key if you really want it. We could unlock room 8 over here. We do know that room 8 has a door to the right after you enter it, so we could use that fact. I looked it up after the episode. Apparently room 8 only spawns in rank 8. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, doesn't work here, does it? Alright, that doesn't work either. We're dead in the water unless we use our key now. And we're gonna use it. Maid's Chamber is the only one going south. We kinda have to do this. Laundering currency would be nice. If we could, like, change our coins into keys. We can't do that, though. All these dead ends. They're mostly a negative effect, obviously, but, with the tomb, you can make them useful. It's just a lot of work. A lot of luck. Can we light this? I guess not. We don't even have the thing. I'm still kind of banking on getting Lady Epson's room too. That would also be the smoking gun for this episode. Even if we can't make it into the Chamber of Mirrors, her room is a dead end, so it should be possible to spawn in. Is there anything that I maybe, like, missed here? Like in Hartley's room? Any trash can? Right, the evacuation notice or whatever, and the funeral, too. Okay, moment of truth. Alright, we're still in it. To make it to one side of the chamber, we've lost access to the north side, unfortunately. I was really hoping we could do the Chamber of Mirrors this episode. I was so sure I could do it. More rooms this way. But we could freeze our 8 gems and 71 coins. But then we can't use our gems for the Chamber of Mirrors. I think it's very unlikely that the Chamber of Mirrors is going to work out today. We've already lost the north side. I really want to get that center button. If I press this on the freezer, and we freeze our account, that's it. We can't use gems to try to go to the left for the chamber. We've never done the freezer. If we do this, we can redraw rooms for the Chamber of Mirrors. Maybe I don't need to freeze my account. Who cares if I have 71 coins and 8 gems? Obviously the gems would have been useful here, but let's focus on right here and right now. Let's try to redraw for the Chamber of Mirrors. Oh, and while we're here... Oh, we got this, I guess. We don't have a shovel, though. Yeah, we're not going to walk all the way there. So this is the Baron's study, right? Can we try his wedding year? Let me get that picture out. There. 1951. Doesn't seem like a place he would commemorate the year of his marriage, but we might as well try it. 1951. No, didn't work. Just to be sure. 1951. Yeah, still don't know the hint for this. Okay, actually, this is something that I decided between episodes. If we find a room with a safe in it, then we're going to look up hints for what the code to the safe is going to be, because I feel like there should be a hint in this room for the key code here, but I've either overlooked it or I'm just not getting it. So yeah, I'm going to look that up right now. This is the study, so blueprints study, and luckily most of the things that we look up do have a kind of a system where they just give you hints for certain things. Most of the websites and all that. Alright, there's a different page for it, the study safe on the wiki, and it does have a separate hints location. There are 5 hints, then the answer, then a riddle interpretation. Hint 1. It's showing the chessboard of the study, okay? So yeah, the unlock for the safe, I was thinking it might be in like a different room entirely and you'd have to come back here. But the other safes that we found, the solutions were in the same room, I guess. So this is why I made that rule for myself to look things up if I can't find it in the room, because it's probably in the room and I'm missing it. So yeah, the chess piece is here on D8. That's a date. We already know this, dates, yeah. We know dates unlock safes. Hint 2, the safe code is an 8 date. What does that mean? A date with an 8 in it? I don't know what that means. Hint 3, the queen is the 12th card in a deck of cards? Okay. So you're supposed to look at this queen and think December or something? Is that what this hint is getting at? The 12th day of a month or something? Before I click on the other hints, I don't know. Date, D8. What's with that second hint? It feels like that one's like a huge leap to say the date is an 8 date. I feel like there would have to be a date in this room for this to be sufficiently solvable or something, but again, unless I overlooked it, I don't know. Okay. Hint number 4. There are 12 small papier-mâché doors. What? Where? What? Papier-mâché doors? In this room? What does that mean? What hint is this? This? I don't know what this hint is. I don't even understand the hints, that's how hard I'm having a time here. Why is there a clock down there? Anyway. Well, I guess hint number 5. The blueprints scattered around the place contain the number 8 and the number 12. What? These blueprints? They contain a lot of numbers. I don't see 12 or 8. That's a 6 and a 5 or a W? WS9? What? Let's go to a different website. Let's try IGN's website. Maybe they have better hints. I'm sure those hints make sense. They're probably, I don't know, very obvious, but I'm just not getting it. So IGN has 4 hints. Hint 1. Chalkboard grid looks very familiar. Yeah, we know that. Hint 2. Search the room marked with letter F. No, wait, this is a hint for solving the message. We already did that. Alright, so the hints for the safe, there are 3 of them. Clue gained from the chalkboard implies only dates can crack safes. Yeah. So we already knew that. There are a lot of things in this room, but one particular stands out among the rest as your best bet to get a clue from. I think they're talking about this. It seems like these hints might not be any different from the hints I already got. A chessboard has both letters and numbers along the sides. How can you get a date from a letter and a number? Okay, that's a much better hint. D8. I thought that just meant date, as a little cheeky hint about the dates that crack safes. But I was looking at this all wrong. It's D8 for December Ace, the only month that begins with D, I guess. I understood that 1208 was the code based on the other hints on the wiki page, but it feels like the hints were just giving me the numbers without giving me the reason for why the numbers were the date. Of course, we don't know what this date refers to, 1208. What happened on 1208? Looking at our calendar picture, again, just referring to that one calendar from the drafting room or whatever, December 8th would have been... Trying to see if it's like a Thursday or something, if that even matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would have been a Tuesday. Actually, what day is today? I think it's like December 5th or 6th or something. Might even be December 8th. Well, I guess that's the code. We don't know what the importance of December 8th is, but it comes from the chessboard. The solution was in the room all along. Alright, another red letter. It's been forever. It's been forever. I simply don't understand these safe puzzles, but clearly they're simpler than I realize. December 8th. Okay, here's the reason December 8th is important. We had to solve the puzzle to understand the date, I guess. Note to self, sometimes you have to enter a date, even if you don't know what it's for. You just have to format whatever is in the room into a date somehow, I guess. We'll keep that in mind for the future. M. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or two, probably talking about the crown. It's all lining up and all of our hard work is about to come to fruition. I have just learned that several members of the museum's guard, yeah, the crown, are sympathetic to our cause. We suspect 2 more may be pure opportunists, whose loyalty extends only to their coin purse. Your uncle has already agreed to let us use Mount Holly's flexible floor plan for a trial run, assuming the red print we have secured of the museum's closed exhibit is in fact accurate and up to date. Can we actually get that? Interesting. We should begin these trials without delay once you arrive. If you can, within the next 2 months, fabricate some fiction that might alleviate some of us the presence of the servant staff. Until we meet on the shore of the White Sands, Caleb. I thought it was the Black Sands. I'll maybe take a picture of this so we can have the name Caleb here. Maybe this is the guy during that huge month period where everything was redacted. This could be the guy that got a admin access or something. I still think it was Simon's mom because that would make the most sense. Oh, there's another letter. 1 of 8. Still 5 more to go. Probably 4 more if you believe Alzara. Alright, so the main thing. I guess kind of the main thing. Can we get the Hall of Mirrors? With 8 retries, surely we can. Oh. It's unlocked with the first thing we got. Okay. Yeah. Give us the den. Cool. You got a key for me? Nope, it's a gem. Or a coin. I did want to unlock these, but we don't have anything to do that with. Okay. So, first this button, I guess. Oh, that's detecting those. Right, we can't get those. These sides, for some reason. We'll save the middle button for later. Oh, and we can actually do this door now. How funny. We've unlocked... We've done it. We're doing it. Right now. The Hall of Mirrors is open to us. Just making sure that doesn't... Okay. No, wait. That closes them again. Got it. Wait, is this a puzzle too? Seems like it's fine though. I thought these might like close and open some things and you have to open and close them in the right order. Maybe you just press each button once, I think. We already pressed this one, I think, right? Yeah. I'm glad I didn't give up on this room. And that's that one. Did we? No, we did this one, right. I think we pressed all of them, just to be sure. We're gonna go around and like press each of these one more time. Before we press the final button, I just really want to make sure I've unlocked everything before we do the last one. So I guess those are just like props on the ceiling. It makes sense because we don't see our own reflection. Yeah, I guess these buttons don't actually overlap glass panels, so there's no puzzle here. Other than actually getting to the room. Okay. Oh, what? How'd I do that? What just closed? Hang on. There. Oh, it seems like the buttons only like close and open things one at a time. That one, okay. And then this one, right? No. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to get it into the configuration we had before we had the middle button. I have to be careful not to lock myself out like an idiot. I think I was pressing the buttons too fast, so we ended up closing that extra door. Yeah, this one was a side, so... Which one opened that one on the end? Again, this really doesn't matter, but I said I was going to do it, so I want to do it. I feel like I pressed all of them already. Maybe this one was already always closed. I thought it was just like the two on the side, but... No, was this one always closed, I guess? Okay. Alright, forget it. Let's just hit the center button. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Never mind. It's actually a puzzle after all. Press it. Go. We can't. Alright, I'm going on a little bit long this episode because I want to finish here, but why are we up here? I think we want to lower some of these glass panels for some reason. Maybe we can open that cabinet? We've never been able to open them before. None of these corners seem to house anything special. Yeah. This just brings us back down. Let's open one of these. This one. Oh, but then we can't go through... No, that doesn't work. Guess we want to do that last. Alright, new plan. Let's try to open up every other glass panel around the center. I should have been taking notes on which of these things unlock what. Alright, that closes that. Again, we've got to be careful that we don't bone ourselves by locking a door behind us. Although, as long as we don't move under a moving door, we can just unlock something that we already opened and closed. Nothing should, like, lock us out. So with that done, let's try going up. Oh, that is something. Okay, so we can't open these. For some reason I thought we could never open these before. This is something different, and it's a blueprint. Incredible. You found a duplicate copy of one of your floor plans. Permanently add an additional passageway. Okay, so we can make two. That's pretty good. Alright, let's get the other two. Pretty simple. We just gotta press this button down here after we... No, we can't do that. We have to unlock them some other way. We have to lower these ones. So we'll raise these ones now that we're done. I guess we can press the buttons at the same time, yeah. We have to lower this one and that one. Let's start on the opposite side. Not that one. Yes, that one, I guess. What does this one do? Not that one. Have we tried this one? Okay, we do want that one, but I think we have to do this one at a time, I guess. I thought this would unlock some kind of inverted, I don't know. What's this called again? Inverted Mount Holly estate, like Castlevania. We would fight our deceased grandpa in hell or something, or great uncle or whatever. I think we already got the best item in this room, the duplicate floor plan. So we want this one, and unlock this. There. And our last prize is in the other one. Oh, never mind. Another boudoir. That's great. That's really great. What a prize. That should be it in this room, right? I assume so. Okay. Well, the day's not over, so I do want to go on a little bit longer for the sake of finishing up this one building we're in. This dead-end building, which only has actually only a few doors remaining, this one and the other one. I don't think we can make it all the way to the the tomb to get our coins and then try to go for a freezer? If we did try that. 1, 2, and then like 4 more, then 7, then 2 more to get back. That's already 11 steps. We might make it. Okay. Just for like maximum effect, I guess. Does it really matter though? We already have 10 and 89. If we're just like a few steps short of the den, you know what, let's not do it. This is enough to freeze our account with if we want to. We could do this. Yeah, the planetarium lets us gain 2 stars, and we're about to end the day anyway. We'll be back. Alright, so now let's actually try redrawing a lot. The commissary... What items would be here? Nothing we want to spend our money on, not really. We could just keep redrawing until we get the freezer. There it is. We'll do it. 1 key, 9 gems, 89 coins. And we can see the freezer finally. It might have been worth it going for the tomb to get like way more coins. I kind of regret not doing it. We probably would have had enough steps. Oh well. And there it goes. We're frozen. It's actually got some kind of temperature thing here. Oh, let's read, I guess. Dedicated to deep freeze and cold storage, Mount Holly's freezer is an insulated space kept almost as frigid as the snowy mountains of Costa Rica. Sustaining a sub-zero temperature is vital for keeping the items in this room under ice. So I see, we can get like items if we melt them with the furnace. Extra gems. What? Is that a prism key? And some kind of... What is that? Part of the experiment? Looks like a paper. I assume you have to unfreeze it to make any use of it, though. Hey, wait. This has to be something, right? Yeah, definitely. This room is narrow enough that there could be something behind here. Maybe that's the experiment. Well, we kind of know how this works now. It seems like it's thawed a little bit. We're at -5 now? Very strange. Oh, is it because of the fire in the next room? Well, let's wait a while. I'm already making this a longer episode. We can wait a little bit, I guess. Let's do some counting while we're waiting. 1, 2, and this is turned off so it doesn't matter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can, like, go to these other rooms, but I'm not sure what else we can do with those 9 steps. We probably just want to end our day in the planetarium, right? So above 0 degrees Celsius, things start thawing, right? That's how ice works. That's why 0 degrees Celsius is a thing. So I guess this could be next to any fire source, like the fire here, and they melt. I assume so. They should be melting, right? What did that note say again? While we're waiting here, let me pull up my pictures and see if I took a picture of that one note from the lab. Would have been a pretty old picture, I think. Where is my picture? This might have predated me taking pictures of that kind of thing. Scrolling up further back in the timeline, none of this is relevant. Did I have a more recent picture of that thing? I did not. Okay. Wait, are these thawing? Oh yeah, they are. Okay, so it is working, we just gotta wait a bit. Oh, and this too. Oh, that must be the experiment thing. We're almost there, come on. I'm so glad this spawned right next to the fire. Maybe I can brainstorm episode titles while I'm waiting. Obviously the Hall of Mirrors is the main star of the show, but if we unlock something here in the freezer, that's also pretty good. Maybe something kind of a... Oh, there it goes. Trying to channel Deltarune Chapter 4 here, something relating to ice and glass or something, I don't know. Mirrors? Is that anything? These are still frozen. Well, maybe if we keep waiting, but alright, we got access here. So what's the experiment? There's an upgrade disk. Okay, we're doing this now. The upgrade disk disappears forever if we don't put it into a thing. So at all costs, we're avoiding the planetarium if we have to. We need to bring this over to the lab. The lab would be the closest place, I guess. Or would it? Yeah, it is. It's like a straight shot. And we can still make it back to the planetarium, I think. Oh, huh. Wait, what? Hang on. Reva D? Didn't we lose this? Hang on. The network servers are finally out of cold storage. Or at least, as many as we could fit into the surrounding walls of the grotto off the East Drive. The last few days have been very busy, but I'm glad I was able to take a short break from gardening to help Randolph install the network. It was, after all, the least he could do, since it was I who suggested the final location. This is the guy who was fired, right? So I don't think this works anymore. Danny Ravane, I think that was one of the delisted ones, or not delisted, deactivated. I think this is another hint to get into Blackbridge. You use this admin key, it fails, and then you can see the guest stuff and guess someone else's password, right? Probably. Or no, these wouldn't have worked at all, you couldn't log in, but knowing that this is how the format works, you could guess from Danny Ravane's Reva D here. You could guess someone else's name, like we did. An alternate way into Blackbridge other than Hartley's message. Anyway. We decided that we are going to store the 2 unused servers here in Mount Holly's freezer. They should serve as readily accessible replacements, should any of the primary consoles fail. Okay. But, this doesn't do anything for us. I don't think. I'm going to look this up in case this does anything to Blackbridge. And if I need to go to Blackbridge while we still have the freezer, I don't want to waste these steps. Freezer... Blueprints... Oh, and I guess, has this thawed too? We might need, like, more fire to thaw this. Another unsolved mystery, I guess. So let's see. The Blueprints freezer. Going to the wiki page again. I think unfreezing accounts. No, that's not it. Oh, interesting. I guess I just spoiled myself, but apparently these things in the back here can't be thawed with fire or whatever. We need the torch or the burning glass. What is this, anyway? Well, I won't spoil myself any further. We'll just have to get back here when we get something to thaw with. What's this other note for? No, not that. None of these mention this server thing. Try a different website. Heat the room up itself. Yeah, we did that. Frozen in the ice chest. Yeah, the prism key, the note, and the upgrade disk. And a letter about the admin key, but that's it. I don't think there's anything that this room does with the actual Black Bridge. I thought this would like unlock some kind of functionality, but I think it's just an alternate way into Black Bridge and the disk. Okay, so let's do that. And then we can end the day. Spent enough time just standing around, didn't we? Here we go. Didn't do any experiments today. Couldn't get the archive. Guess it was a fail. Upgrading the guest bedroom, okay. The guest bedroom. Hidden effect of a random bedroom in your draft pool? Question mark. What does that mean at the end? Like, could it have other effects? It seems like that takes away the plus 10 steps. What are the other effects? I guess Lady Epson's and the room that lets you walk into it and it gives you plus 2 steps every time. Let's just read the other ones. The quest bedroom. If you enter antechamber today, add 2 coins to your allowance. Well, that's pretty good. We get to the antechamber pretty frequently now. Or at least we can. We have so many options for it. And the Geist bedroom. If you have a tomb on the estate today, gain an additional 4 dice, in addition to the 2 dice instead of 10 steps. That is pretty valuable. I think between these two, they're the most interesting to me. But getting allowance is a lot easier with other methods, right? We would lose the effect of the 10 steps, but gain 2 to 6 dice if we have the tomb. And the tomb is something I put down fairly frequently. Not the best room for the outer room. This is just 2 allowance every day, but I think we can do better than that. Make it the guy's bedroom. Give us more chances at rooms. And it's going to be a spooky room too, I guess. What did we miss out on by not picking the other bedrooms? Wish I could have looked at this. So yeah, we could have gotten this, pretty paltry. The boudoir would have been nothing. The nursery. Drafting a bedroom gained 5 steps, so maybe those stack? You could get like stacking nursery effects. Master bedroom for 1 step every room in the house, that's pretty good. Ladyship chamber, a couple of effects. 2 bedrooms from the bunk room and 1 key for every bedroom in the house. Yeah, that's actually a better effect for the guest bedroom than I thought. I actually don't mind that. But we didn't do it. We got the guest bedroom. And maybe we'll see it starting tomorrow. For now, we're gonna take a nap. well, not a nap, we're gonna call it a day, in the observatory. Here under these 5 planets, which apparently are an accurate representation of the solar system, I assume. Is that how we started the episode? Did we come full circle? I guess so. The east-facing jigsaw house of fire and ice. Wow, what a name. And we're done. Our account is frozen for tomorrow, so we're going to start with quite a lot of things. Other than keys, which could end our run, but we'll just have to play more bias towards keys next time and see what else we can do to make some progress. Now would be a good time to take a break.